We're the creators of the AADL TV show, Recipe Share, now in its 4th season, and we have some exciting news. We've created a cookbook. Our cookbook is titled, Thanks for Sharing, which includes recipes by all 3 of us, some of which you may have heard here on the show, and some that we have yet to share.
Our cookbook includes dozens of recipes ranging from breakfast to dinner, with snacks, appetizers, and desserts too. These are all our original recipes created by us or passed down in our families. We're so happy that we get to share them with you.
If you're interested in getting a free copy of our cookbook while supplies last, please email recipeshare@aadl.org with your name and the library you'd like to pick it up at. Thanks for Sharing is also available in Braille. Just let us know if you would like the Braille version. And feel free to email recipeshare@aadl.org if you have any questions. We hope you enjoy.
Recipe share, recipe share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share. Recipe share, recipe share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Recipe Share, a program on AADL TV where we take a few minutes to share recipes from a featured category. Today's category, we're sharing unusual tools. I'm Beth, and I'm here with Katie and Elizabeth. So tell us what you ended up using as your unusual tool, Elizabeth, and what did you make?
Thank you. I will. My unusual tool is my juicer. I do not have a lot of super fancy kitchen implements. We talk often about KitchenAids. I do not have one, but I was gifted many, 6 or 7 Christmases ago, a very, very nice juicer. And I love it. And, listeners may or may not have a juicer, but they're really cool. And they're just a really good way to get in some extra fruits and veggies. So I'm sharing today my recipe for the kind of like classic juice that I make. Most often I have it with breakfast. Just kind of kickstarts my day. It's really easy. It's depending on the size of the beets, 2 to 3 beets, an apple, preferably one that's a little more on the tart side. Depending on this, again, the size of the carrots, 3 to 4 carrots, a whole lemon, and about a 2-inch knob of ginger. This will make, usually 2 glasses of juice. I make one for me, one for my husband. And you can always, modify this. It's really, really delicious. It turns out this bright pink color from the beets. All of the flavors come through. The ginger, the lemon really keeps it kind of bright. And the fascinating thing about the juicer is that you just throw everything in there. I mean, you wash the vegetables, but that's it. Like, as long as it fits in the juicer, it goes in. So like, I just cut the apple in half and it goes in core and all. There's like none of that. You don't peel the beets, you don't peel the carrots, the lemon, you just cut in half and shove in. And it's amazing how little waste there actually is. When I first got the juicer, I was a little worried because I was like, this seems like wasteful, but really, after all that, there's just a small kind of handful of just, the tiniest bit of like pulp, which you can easily compost. No big deal. So that is my unusual tool, and that's my recipe. I know it's kind of simple, but it's delicious. And of course, people do all sorts of things with juicers, throw in spinach, all kinds of modifications, but that is my go-to staple, and it really does brighten my morning and feels like a good way to kind of just get that extra oomph of fruits and veggies that sometimes I feel like I need. So, if you don't have a juicer, that's okay, but that's my unusual tool that I have. And that's my recipe that I'm sharing if you do have one to use.
I'm really intrigued by juicers because you can throw everything in, and that's where the bulk of the vitamins are, right? And all the good stuff on the skin. And but how much space does it take up?
That's a great question. So it's on top of my fridge, which I'm looking at right now. And I would say it's about the same as a KitchenAid stand mixer. So it's a decent amount of counter space or cupboard space, depending on where you keep it. It's pretty much exactly the same size.
Well, that's really cool. I love the tool, the idea of a juicer. It's been probably 20 years since I've used a juicer, so I'm betting that they've improved a little bit since then. So that's really, and the juice sounds amazing. I love beets. I hate handling them. So just the idea of being able to just toss them in without getting that all over your hands sounds amazing. And the juice sounds so good. So thank you for sharing that. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you on the beets, Katie. I love them, but even roasting them, I'm always just like, this is such a mess. And the cutting board and the towel, like, it's like, oh my gosh, it looks like a murder scene. But with this, as long as they fit in, you're good to go. So
yeah. I don't care for beets really, but I think that I would like the combinations of everything, and I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful. So yeah. All right, cool. Katie, tell us about your unusual tool.
Okay, my unusual tool is this. This is a little veggie holder. You see it's got some spikes on it, and it's a tool that I really never intended to own. This came with an herb stripper that I ordered, and I don't use the herb stripper because I prefer to use my fingers. But this little veggie holder, I use this all the time, mostly for cutting tomatoes. You stick your tomato with it, and then you can make really thin slices of tomato with your knife that is great for wraps. So that's like the big thing that I use it for, but you can also use it for all sorts of different veggies, and it's nice because it gives you uniform slices. So the recipe that I am sharing that I use this tool a lot for is from this cookbook, Arty Parties, an entertaining cookbook by Julia Sherman. And this cookbook is so cool. I love looking through this book. It's so awesome. But this recipe I found early in the summer this year, and I made it a lot. So I understand that it is almost November here while we're filming this, but this is a summer recipe. So keep it in mind for next year. But this is for pizza parlor tomato salad. And it calls for using heirloom tomatoes, but I found that I was using just like every sort of tomato that I grew. And because I didn't have a wonderful tomato crop this year, tomatoes that I was finding at the store, and the more variety of colors and sizes and shapes, the prettier and tastier your salad is going to be. So it's wonderful to use a variety. And so the first thing that you do is slice up your tomatoes, and you can see I've got a picture of my dad's sunset tomato that I grew spiked with my veggie holder, and wonderful way to slice that evenly. And then also you can slide some cherry tomatoes on here and just slice those several at a time. So I've got a picture of that as well. But once you've got your tomatoes sliced, you just lay them on a platter and you sprinkle it with sea salt and drizzle some balsamic vinegar over top. Set that aside, and then you make your topping. And there's two methods of making the topping in this book, one on the stovetop and one in the microwave. So of course I use the microwave every time I made this because it's just easier. So what you do is you slice up some Kalamata olives. Once again, with the veggie holder, this is amazing to just, you can slip like 9 Kalamata olives on here and then just slice, and you've got slices of olives. It would take me a couple minutes to just do that with my hands and knife. So I just love how quick that is. Anyway, take your olives, put those in a ramekin with capers, lemon peel, garlic, pepperoncini, and then you cover it all with some olive oil. Stick that in the microwave for a minute or two until the olive oil is sizzling and the bits are getting crispy. And then you just pour that over top of your tomatoes. And then you tear up some basil to put that on top as well. And then just crack some freshly ground black pepper on top, and that's your salad. It's amazing. I made this so much this summer and would highly recommend it. So remember this one for next year when you've got that bumper crop of tomatoes or a bunch in your CSA. You'll definitely want to make this.
That sounds so good. I literally am like drooling. The microwave dressing combination. Oh my gosh. And that book looks awesome. I said,
Yeah, yeah.
really
I
cool.
definitely need to get that book.
I want to put it on hold like right now.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna return it today so you guys can get it.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah, and also that tool, it doesn't look like it's very expensive at all, right? I mean, it's
Well, it was basically free for me.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't actually looked up to see like if you can buy one. I probably should have, but yeah.
You probably can.
I mean, yeah, probably a couple dollars. Doesn't
It looks like a hair pick.
at all. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it looks like a
grandma used to do her hair with something that was like this, right? That's what it looks like, but
Yeah, and yeah, I'm terrible at cutting things evenly.
yes,
It's
and
terrible.
thinly, and yeah,
Thinly. Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty nifty. I like it. All
Yes.
right.
Very cool. Well, Beth, tell us about your tool.
All right. My tool is a lemon juice or citrus juicer. That I got this from Tupperware actually. And then it came with zester. So I use it like all the time. I've declared my love for lemons before. So so what I made was some gluten-free lemon crinkles. And I made them actually once before for Katie and for my mom, who are gluten-free, and I'd kind of messed up anyway, just wanted to make them something. And I know Katie really loved them. And she kept saying, "Are you going to share that?" So anyway, I found this on a site called Good For You Gluten Free, and it's uses 2 cups of almond flour, a cup of sugar, zest of a whole lemon, pinch of salt, 2 large egg whites that you beat separately, and then it only calls for a teaspoon of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, and I don't do a teaspoon of lemon juice. So I used a half a lemon and squeezed it because I already had a half. So anyway, and then a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar for rolling. So you mix up your sugar and flour and your zest and salt, and then you beat your egg whites. It says to, anyway, you add it all together, mix it up, and then with wet hands, you make little balls, with them, and then roll them in powdered sugar. And actually, I said if I managed to not eat this while I sat here, but so it's a little hard on the outside, but in the inside is really moist and soft, and it's I'm gonna eat it now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, while she's eating that, can I just say the texture of this cookie is like unlike anything that I have ever tasted before. Like I bit into this and was just like, what is this? Because it's crunchy on the outside and the inside so soft and like cakey. I mean, the flavor was great. So thanks for adding that extra lemon juice, like extra lemony. It was really good. But wow, I was blown away by the texture of these cookies. They were so good.
Yeah, and they do well. They say they're better even after the 3rd or 4th day if you can keep them around. But yeah, they're really pretty easy, and they're good for Passover too, for if you're not, and the fact that it's gluten-free. So yeah.
It sounds so easy, like something even I could manage to pull off. And
Totally good.
I
Yeah.
love can you say and I know we're not advocating for certain brands, but my lemon juicer, which I love, is I think a little small, because a lot of the time the lemons, it's like they are like they don't quite fit. So what brand is yours, Beth?
It's Tupperware.
Okay, because I want to get a new one. Yeah, is it plastic?
It's like hard rubber. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's plastic.
Okay. Because I'm in the market for a new one, because I've gotten so frustrated with the lemons busting out the sides. So
I have 2 juicers. One is like a jar that you have. So I have to use the separate one if the lemon's too big. So I feel you on that for sure.
Yeah, that happens. Sometimes I just if they're big lemon, I've quartered them and just,
Sure.
I didn't bring the one that I used for so many years. Like I actually bought it at a yard sale when I was pregnant with Nate. So that's how old it is, but it's this little orange juicer, you know, that you just squeeze it. I got it for 10 cents. But I don't have it with me right now because I moved on to this guy. So anyway, nice work today, people. And just want to say thank you for watching Recipe Share. Be sure to click the link below to look at the event page on aadl.org to find the recipes we talked about and share your own in the comments. Join us next time when we'll be talking about tea time treats. We look forward to hearing what you've been making, so thanks for sharing.
Recipe share, share a little recipe with recipe.